selling workout guides just for money, and they don't actually care if it works or not because they don't realize that everybody's body type is different. We all have different things going on in our bodies, which means that it's not going to be the same on everybody else. And it's also, why would you want to risk your life for a butt surgery? If you don't get your ass in the fucking gym and actually eat some protein, maybe then you would actually be able to see results. How are you going to give people a guide for how to get your body the way that you got it when you paid for your body? Like, I will keep saying that. That makes no sense to me. That's how it feels when I see somebody who isn't certified at all selling a workout guide. You just go to the gym. How does that make you qualified?
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. Thing is a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Jumbo everyone, welcome or welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I am over the fitness community, more specifically talking about BBLs, workout guides, overconsumption, etc. So without further ado, let's get started. So I originally got my video idea from, the research I was doing last night, and I saw a creator online. I will have everything on the screen. I saw her make a video where this TikTok influencer got called out for lying about her journey. And essentially it is this girl who has done like macros and, has a course. Of course, that's $200. Come do my journey with me, showing you meals and how they lost weight and everything like that. But a very big detail that they forgot to mention is the fact that they have been on GLP. I also am not naming people because I really don't care. I'm just showing everything on screen. But in this sense, she had been tracking her journey and everything like that, showing the different recipes and showing how she got to where she was. But in the same aspect, she was misleading all of her 5.2 million followers and telling them, oh, I do this, this, and this. I'm eating this, this, and this. But at the same time, you are taking a supplement or you're taking a drug that is essentially making you feel full quicker than you actually are, and that is what is actually attributing to your journey. So I just feel like I wanted to make this video because I feel like there are so many just different types of people within the fitness community. Obviously we have like the bigger names who are part of like Gymshark, Honor, Define, like all those different brands, but I wanted to talk about in the aspect of people literally lying, just straight up lying to their their fan base and people who support them and gave them the platform that they are supposed to have, in a sense, I guess. Again, before I even start this video, I just want to say everything is my opinion. People love coming for my neck when I say it's my opinion, and an opinion is an opinion for a reason. We don't have to agree on it. We can agree to disagree. That's all I have to say. I also wanted to make this video because I personally feel like I've been lacking when it comes to motivation to post on my fitness account. I've kind of been documenting that with talking about it in different YouTube videos that I make, and just more in that aspect where it's like, if you're not like, showing your ass off, or if you're not a white girl with a big butt, or if you don't have a crazy, insane physique, or if you didn't start, 10 years ago where now you have a very loyal fan base, it's kind of hard to crack out in the fitness industry. You gain just a little bit of following, and all these brands, like more specifically supplement companies, want to attach themselves to you, and then you have to start promoting them. And like, I've had my own personal experience with that, especially with a very well-known brand that I'm no longer a part of. It felt very disorganized. You're kind of able to see the behind the scenes of like, okay, deliverables, and you have to post on this day, and if a company isn't like agreeing with their contract, that means that that contract is faulty and you don't have to agree with it anymore. And that's where it's just like, I wanted to talk about it, like I said, in the behind the scenes aspect, because this influencer was lying to her fan base, charging them $200 for a course that she wasn't even following herself. And that's where I'm just like, it seems like everything in the fitness community is such a quick cash grab that nobody actually cares what you have to say, or if you actually want to help people. They're just gonna push, get my guy, be a one-on-one, trainer with me, I can train you, da-da-da. Jumbo everyone, this is Editing Reese. I also forgot to say, and I didn't put in the video, but a really big part of what I wanted to talk about, throughout this video, and I know a lot of my fitness mutuals are going to be mad at me. Don't hate me, y'all. But like I was saying, kind of like goes hand in hand with the workout guides. If you are not a certified personal trainer, why are you offering one-on-ones? That's just my opinion. But if you don't have any qualifications, if you didn't go to school, if you didn't go take your CPT or any, whatever the, abbreviations are, if you did not do those, why are you doing one-on-one training? And that's what I'm saying, like within this video, it just feels like everything is a money grab, and like you guys there's no care. I know some of y'all care, but like I also said in the video later on, just because you have a nice body does not give you the qualifications to not only be a one-on-one trainer, to sell a workout guide. And if you bought your fucking ass with a BBL, you should not be selling a glute guide. Thank you. Enjoyed the video. And I know people, especially my mutuals, are gonna hate me for saying that, but like at the same time, I have the very strong opinion of like, you should not be selling anything. You should not be even promoting coaching if just because you had a body transformation or just because you're famous. I think that you need to have certification in order to actually be able to coach people and tell them what they should do with their fitness journey. Curating meal plans and all that stuff, you don't know. You got all your information off of the internet as well, or even the sources around you, but then you're gonna sit up here, package it in a deal, and then give it to somebody when you're not certified. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because I just want to talk about how superficial it feels to even be a part of the fitness community, and how a lot of people like have BBLs, didn't tell their fan base, selling workout guides just for money, and they don't actually care if it works or not because they don't realize that everybody's body type is different. We all have different things going on in our bodies, which means that it's not going to be the same on everybody else. And then on top of that, the overconsumption. And I'm just going to talk about a couple of brands real quick and calling them out because of course I want to be a part of a brand. Of course I want to be some type of ambassador, interpreter for the brand, but at the same time that doesn't mean that I can't call them out or be honest about who I am. All right. So even with saying that, it just feels like there's a very slim amount of people who are actually natural and they, you know, have their protein intake, they're going to the gym, they're doing their cardio, they have the physique that they do because you can see that the way that they're working out and the amount of work that goes into it. But then it slowly starts like trickling out where you start seeing everybody around not being truthful with their audience, yet they're still making money off of them. And that's just where I have to talk about my personal opinion. Obviously, I've made videos about this where I talked about my weight gain journey, specifically glute focus, and even over the period of time, like I've seen my glutes, you know, gaining in size and my body going the way that I want it. I'm personally at the point of my fitness journey where I'm not chasing an ideal body type because I love my body at every single stage that it's in. Like right now, I just finished basically with 18 credits in school. I haven't had any time to go to the gym. I have tried to keep it 3 to 4 days a week, but I have gone to the point where I'm not going to stress myself out because I can't go to the gym because I'm not going to lose all my progress in one day by not going to the gym. And I think that's what a lot of us have to realize, is that we're not going to lose all of the progress that we've done. Like, especially if you've been working out consistently for 1 to 2 years, you're not going to lose all of your progress in 1 to 2 weeks. It doesn't work like that. But it seems like the fitness community, they make it so like, I have to go to the gym. You need to go to the gym to get this body. Girl, you pay for your body. Please don't talk to me telling me I need to go to the gym or else I'm going to be fat and big back and all this other stuff and all this terminology about being scared to be bigger and to be thicker, but you're out here doing things that don't benefit you, aka going to the gym when it's not good for your mental at the moment, or you have homework to do. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't. And even saying that, like, it feels like if you don't have like a killer transformation, like that's kind of like how I gain my virality, is the amount of times that I would post about, you know, this is how I gained my glutes, this is how I, you know, literally my name was Reese's Dumps before, and I was always talking about how to get a dump truck and how to gain your glutes and all that other stuff. But then I realized that came with sexualizing myself, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So then I stopped, and then I can see like now where it's like white girls can get away with it, black girls can get away with it, but I just feel like in a way, like I haven't found that happy medium where I'm posting for the girlies but still posting for myself and showing y'all like I worked for this body, so I am going to be showing it off. So the first topic I want to talk about is BBLs, and especially how back then it was such like a craze to get a BBL and to be able to have the body type that was desired at that point. But now I've seen like within the fitness community, there are so many girls out here hiding their BBLs, selling you glute guides. So I'm gonna kind of combine like both of the workout guides and the, you know, BBL in one culture in one category. But with saying it is like I've had to unfollow so many people because like, yes, you have a nice body even with your BBL. I'll follow you for that because I thought you were gonna be honest about your BBL. But the fact that y'all come out here with BBLs and you are selling glute guides, how are you selling a glute guide telling people, oh, this is how, you know, you can gain a peach, when you literally went and bought your own? You literally went and bought your own butt. How are you selling glute guides? I don't understand. People also fail to realize is that when you get a BBL, you have to maintain the BBL. In order to maintain the BBL, you have to go to the gym, and you actually have to eat a lot more than, say, if you were smaller and then you got a BBL. You have to eat a lot more to be able to maintain that BBL because BBL is fat. Like, come on now. If you're not eating and you're not going to the gym and building muscle around that fat, it's gonna look weird. Yeah, we can tell that you got a BBL. That's why you see a lot of these gym girls in the gym, because they know that they have to go to the gym in order to maintain their BBLs. If they don't, it's really gonna look like a BBL. That's why like you can see them building like their quads around it and all that stuff, but like they just have the BBL shape. And I'm just like, must be nice. But you know, I'm also happy for the genetics that I have, because with my genetics, you know, I was able to grow my butt in like a year, like substantially. And that's where I'm grateful, because yes, I was eating my protein. Yes, I was whatever. And that's where it's funny, because people think that like, not that they would accuse me of having a BBL, but it's also, where do I have the money to go get a BBL, and why would I spend money on a BBL? And on top of that, when do I even have the time to go get a BBL? Like, you see all these 3 factors. That's where I'm like, you know, if somebody accused me of having a BBL, that'd be a compliment, because, you know, where would I have the time to go get a BBL? But at the same point, it's like, y'all are out here, you're getting your BBL secretly, and then you're going to the gym so you can show people like after you're done healing and everything, oh yeah, I just got this, you know, I've been working out for 3 years consistently. No, you have a BBL. Don't piss me off. I've also heard so many people regretting the BBLs that they got because I'm just like, y'all don't even allow your body to fully come into its shape, because I'm pretty sure, like I've said, that women have a second puberty around 25 where our hips become more full and like we really grow into our bodies. So that's where I'm like, you're 21 going to get a BBL and you haven't even hit your second puberty. Like that makes absolutely no sense, because then in a couple years or into the future, you're gonna regret having a BBL because you see like, oh, I actually have nice genetics and I never needed to get that BBL in the first place. And it's also, why would you want to risk your life for a butt surgery? If you don't get your ass in the fucking gym and actually eat some protein, maybe then you would actually be able to see results. Yeah. This is also why people have trust issues. If you have a BBL and people are asking you in the comments, but you want to keep avoiding the question, people are gonna know you have a BBL, sis. But like I've said, I'm so sick of seeing people with BBLs selling a fucking glute guide. You did not work for your body. How are you going to give people a guide for how to get your body the way that you got it when you paid for your body? Like, I will keep saying that. That makes no sense to me. Everyone is so used to comparing themselves to versions of people that they see online that isn't even the real version of that person online. Like, there are so many versions of people online that isn't actually them. So like in, you know, my bikini pictures and all that stuff, you will never catch me photoshopping my body in any type of way. Am I erasing the people in the background? Yes, but you can go see, you know, you see my little fold right there, but I still have a nice body because one little fold on my body is not going to be the end of the world. I'm going to be able to move on and live my life because I'm not worried. I'm not obsessed about my body the way that some of you people are. When I say health, fitness, wellness, all that stuff, take care of yourself, cool. But when it starts becoming an obsession, that's where we get, you know, out of hand. And that's where I talked about the obsession with being skinny. It's weird. It's giving white supremacy. It's giving, you guys just want to follow the trends that we're in right now. And obviously we're going through a recession, so everybody wants to be skinny. This is also why I don't follow trends. I don't follow trends because the trend is going to be gone in a day or in 2 weeks. We have seen the amount of micro trends coming on TikTok and then boom, they're gone. They vanished because it doesn't matter anymore. And that's why I'd be telling people, like, why do you live your life based off a trend? Because trends change all the time. There are obviously very cute trends. Like if we go back in history, I'm like, ooh, that kind of ate. But like now in the 2020s, like with the amount of information that we get online, there's too many trends too quickly, and that causes overconsumption. So now moving on to workout guides and just like the aspect behind that. It just feels like everything is a money grab. You are under spells, people. That's how it feels. That's how it feels when I see somebody who isn't certified at all selling a workout guide. You just go to the gym. How does that make you qualify? Like, oh my gosh. When I tell you that all the information that these people are selling to you in a guide is on the internet for free. You know, I'm gonna teach you real quick, okay? So you go into Google or you go into YouTube, even TikTok. That's how I've been building my workout guides, through TikTok. I go on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Type in back and by workout women, black women. You go, you see what they're doing, and if you don't like that workout or you don't want to do it, then don't put it in the guide. You can change it up. You can make your own guide. You go to the gym, you see how you like it, how long it takes you to do, and that's it. You guys are overcomplicating the fitness process and the journey, which is why I think a lot of y'all hate the journey and why you want to just take the easy way out and pay someone to do so. Just start small. And I always say this, healthy habits are only attainable when you start small and then you start building on top of that. If you just go straight out and you just start, you know, doing everything, that's when stuff starts to get messy. You need to go slow. It is a day by day process. Take it day by day. You're thinking too far ahead into the future, and that's why you're getting caught up on wanting to take a rest day, and then that rest day turns into you never going to the gym again because you're so focused on, oh, I can rest. I've had a really hard week. I can rest. Bitch, if you don't just start those slow habits, you don't have to go to the gym every day, 7 days a week for 2 fucking hours. You can start off going 2 to 3 days a week for 45 minutes to an hour. You walk on the treadmill. You do something, bro. It's all about just moving your body. This is why I be saying, like, we need to like reclaim what it means to work out and how we're just talking about moving your body at the end of the day. And y'all go hate me for this one because I'm gonna say it again. Just because you have a nice body or you were able to attain a nice body does not give you the qualifications to sell a workout guide. Please. I've been seeing that way too often, way too much throughout the fitness community because everything is a cash grab. I get it, y'all. We all need to survive. But at the same time, go get a job. Go get a job. I don't want a job. You think I want to go work today? You think I want to go to Cheesecake Factory, work 3:45 until 9 p.m. and then go to my other job and work 9:30 to 3 a.m.? No, but that's what it takes to get this money. I'd rather go to work and rather interact with people that way because I know how easy it is to get money on social media. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to do no quick little cash grab to be able to get money quickly and then what? Not build any type of community? Not be able to network in any type of way? No. whoa. So I'm, you know, hustling my ass right now so I can have the money to be able to elevate my income and elevate myself so that I can be around the people that I actually want to be around. But it just feels like the fitness community is so fake. And I've also heard so many times people going to meet one of their favorite influencers and they're a bitch. And they're a bitch. So no, keep me out of it. And I've said so many times, I know starting the gym can be daunting. It can be scary. But this is where I have to say, like, just go, just show up. You spending your money, because I've done this before. I bought a workout guide and I never used it, which I also know nobody in this world has an original experience. So I know that people out there have done that as well. You bought a workout guide. You said you were going to work out. You said you were going to use it, and then you never used it. So what's the point? The point of the gym is to go make mistakes, is to learn from the mistakes. So then after that, you can learn and be able like, oh, I remember when I used to do this, and this back then, but now I do it better. That's essentially me. When I used to go to the gym, my form was terrible. And I think I even had a dream about it last night where I was like, I need to focus on form over weight. And I've always been focusing on that. And I think that's why my body was able to grow the way that it was, because I was more connected on mind to muscle connection than, oh, I need to ego lift and you need to lift heavy. Yes, you need to lift heavy. And yes, there needs to be some type of struggle or till failure. But at the same point, you can still work out, still maintain and grow your glutes by focusing on form. I don't know why y'all think you always have to ego lift. You don't. So now moving on to the next topic, we're going to be talking about overconsumption. And especially in this day and age, I think we've said so many times that we're going through a recession, and yet fitness companies continuously keep putting out new lines. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, that's with any brand. And with any brand, they're going to want to keep showing people, hey, these are the new products we have. Hey, you know, if you weren't able to catch this collection, you're able to buy this collection. And I completely understand. But this is where I want to be honest. Honor. Hi, Chrissy. I love you. Don't get me wrong. I love this brand, hands down. I have all my pairs of Honor leggings right here, right next to me. So I obviously love the brand. I love the way that the products fit me. But this is also where I have to say, can y'all please just restock the essentials? Like, y'all have a brand where you have like essentials, aka the effortless leggings, aka the halter tops, just stuff like that. Can we please restock the essentials instead of coming out with a new line every single month? Please, my pockets can't afford it. And this also broke my heart, and it breaks my heart to say, one, do I have the control over the prices of Honor? Absolutely not. But also, I do have the control to do my research. Personally, for a brand to say that they have made 110% return on every single item or just every single whatever throughout the year, that tells me that you guys have money. So for me, I don't understand why there was a price increase. I don't. If y'all would have kept your prices the same, people would have been like kept buying. And that's where it's for me. Now I have to hesitate because instead of spending $105 or $110 on some leggings, I'm now spending $120, $125. These prices are out of this world. They're insane. And that's why like I've been, you know, I'm glad that I kind of did my hoarding collection before and got all my essentials for cheap, because now I can just keep wearing them. But like obviously the stuff that they come out with now is so cute and I want to buy it, but I can't justify paying $60 for a pair of shorts. I can't. When did that become okay? Because y'all are really gonna make me go to Define. At least they have 45 and they always give you a glute pump. So that's all I gotta say. And it also just feels like influencers aren't 100% honest with the products that they receive, because obviously like if I was a fitness influencer and I got all that, yes, I'm gonna do a try on. Yes, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this is so cute, so cute, so cute. But then people know that they're going to keep what they actually like and then just give away the rest, because the amount of stuff that these influencers get sent for free, we have to realize that they're obviously going to be biased. They're getting it for free and they're a part of the brand. They want you to buy it because they have a code and they want you to use that code so then they can make their money. And people are always willing to go into debt. That's the scary part. People are always willing to go into debt for some new fitness clothes. They're like, oh, my bank account hurts right now, but did you pay your rent? Did you pay your bills before you went and spent $200-300 on some clothing wear and activewear set that you already have in just a different color? Did you really need it? Okay. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. People are willing to go into debt in order to be able to buy these new leggings and keep up with the trends and all that other stuff. And this is why I be saying, stop caring about trends so much. Your pockets hurt. Come on. And like I said, would I love to be an ambassador or even like an interpreter, which, you know, I don't see none for any of these brands, so I'd love to be the first. Wink, wink, wink. Would I love to be an interpreter for these brands? Of course. Of course. And to get free stuff? Of course. Of course. Especially brands that I've been paying my hard-earned money to for years. Yes. But in the same aspect, I'm just talking about the overconsumption, and I just think that so many of these new lines come out all the time that it doesn't give people enough time to catch up. And obviously, if you got the money, spend it, boo. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. But at the same time, I think that we need to be a little bit more critical on how much we're actually consuming and if you really need it or if you don't. Just because you have it in this color doesn't mean you need to have it in the 5 other color if you don't have the money. Okay? Okay. But again, I've always said I'm never going to change myself just because I want to be a part of a brand. Yes, money is nice, but also you should want me for me. I'm not changing myself. Okay. And then also doing a very quick talk about like the weight loss drugs that people are using. It is just so deceiving to have a fitness journey or have whatever, and you're not honest about being on a weight loss drug. How does that make you credible in any type of sense if you're telling people only eat tuna and a red bell pepper or a green bell pepper, that's all I'm eating today, and yet you're over here sitting there injecting yourself in order to trick your stomach into thinking that you're actually more full than you actually are, and that's how you actually became skinny. So let's be honest, let's stop lying. And this is just like what I mean about being over the fitness community is homegirl really sat up there and said this video is too long to be able to actually post here on TikTok, so it's gonna be on my YouTube channel. Girl, the video was 5 minutes long. I've seen Be Better just post his James Charles podcast whatever thing on TikTok and it was 55 minutes long, so I don't want to hear it. You are able to post your little 5-minute video on your platform because you purposefully did that so people wouldn't catch up to you. I hate deceiving ass people. I was also watching the Learman twins and they said it best, basically, because we all know that they have very, very nice bodies and figures and stuff like that, but obviously people's bodies go through changes, and so they were talking about like going through a cut and stuff like that. And I think it's just like what I've been saying so much is that other people will never be satisfied with your body and they will always have something to comment on. And I think that's where I preach so hard is you just have to love yourself and your body at every single stage, because other people's opinions don't matter. They're not living in your body, they're not living in your brain, and this is the only body that you will have, so you might as well be nice to it and you might as well treat it with respect and kindness. All we continuously do is compare ourselves, and I know that we are not supposed to be on social media at the rate that we are, but unfortunately we are. So in this case, because we are, and I keep saying because we are, what the steps that we need to take is being more kind to ourselves, but also like finding resources that aren't going to trigger us or aren't going to make us feel like jealousy, and instead just make us feel inspired and want to be able to do that for the well-being of ourselves, not for everybody else around us. Again, I think that we truly need to just be kinder to ourselves and to our bodies. There's a lot of things going on. I just saw a TikTok where it was like when you're scrolling through TikTok and like laughing through something, and then you get an update about the current state of the world, and yes, it's depressing. I just scroll past that. I'm over it at this point. I don't want to hear about how Trump just defunded fucking Sesame Street. Like I don't want to hear it, okay? It's sad. There's too much negativity going on, so I choose to just focus on myself and my life. Thank you very much. Again, I will keep saying it, everything in this video is my opinion. We don't have to agree. This was just a video where I wanted to talk about being a part of the fitness community, seeing the different types of influencers, seeing how they have BBLs and they don't want to tell you, selling workout guides for astronomical prices and you're not even certified or anything in that type of way or aspect, and also the overconsumption, the weight loss drugs, and just there's so many niches to the fitness community. It's very, very interesting. Like there's bodybuilding, natural, just going to the gym, literally just wanting to move your body, people who are trying to lose weight, people who are trying to gain weight, gain muscle, like all these, there's so many different niches, and I think that it can get messy when like mixing a couple of the niches together, because like some niches are unhealthy, some niches are healthy. It's just whatever you get. I also just wish people would be more transparent about their journey. Like if you wanted to, be honest and be like, hey y'all, I got a BBL and this is my journey on building the perfect body for myself. I already got the flat stomach from them sucking out all the fat, and I have the butt that I want, but on top of that, I'm gonna have to maintain it, which means I have to eat right and I have to go to the gym. It's also, BBLs are one of the most dangerous surgeries that you can get, so I don't know why you'd ever want to risk your life just to get an ass. Go to the gym. But again, let's just be more transparent. Let's just be more honest about our journeys, and maybe it wouldn't be as toxic as I'm saying it is. I think I have rambled enough. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, y'all.